This is our early mornings times sunshine shining brightly. Hangouts on the air. We welcome you, children of the Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the planet Earth, and maybe beyond the planet Earth. In fact, we know beyond the planet Earth, watching and listening to this hangout. We are all children of the Mother, Father, Goddess, God. I am the predicted Paraclete, the first but not last or only cosmic Christ. My name is Dr. Astrea Marayama, Rajel, One Family, Equinox, True Cues, or really Tapao Equinox, True Cues. And I am the deliverer of the new millennial golden rule that is now my, your, and our law of the planet Earth. It is divine democracy in every neighborhood on Earth. And I am also the return to Earth goddess Astrea, who is the goddess of the Statue of Liberty. And she is the ancient goddess of Atlantis, the solar sun and star goddess, who is the deliverer of not only one planet, but all planets. We have been joined on these hangouts already by white calf buffalo women, the messiahs of the Native Americans. And we await the co-hosting of many of our dearest family, our most closely genealogically related family, our Shekinah and our youth, female and male, age 37 and younger, as well as you, because we are all related, as the Native Americans tell us, Mitakuye Oyasin. We are all related, and we say, we have connected that to Namaste. The divine within me greets the divine within you, the great greeting of the other Indians, the Indians of the Eastern Hemisphere, Asia, and we have connected them. We are all related in divine democracy, and we become a sustainable, loving, living, enlightened planet, a universal planet, when we practice the new millennial golden rule, which is at 5050now.wordpress.com. And you can just scroll there to it. In fact, we'll do some screen sharing in just a moment. Bear with us. We're going to go off the broadcast for a moment while we prepare some technicals. But we wanted to let you know we're on the air. We give you hugs. You may be joined by our some furry four-footed friends here, Maria Rainbow Sweetheart and Doña Aurora Feliz. Doña Aurora Feliz and Maria Rainbow Sweetheart, who are sister kitty cats, who are goddess kitty cats, and we can learn a lot from them. And we greet all of your family and all your furry friends and all of the marvelous, miraculous nature all around you, wherever you are watching from in this world. I represent Mother Nature. You might say I am similar to Oma Desala in Stargate. And what we want for our world is a world that is like the noxes, which we are now calling the equinoxes of Stargate, and that of the true Qs of Star Trek on the Q continuum, who have the power through their consciousness of space-time travel. You have those powers. You just don't know it yet. But I'm going to introduce you very logically and very scientifically, as well as very spiritually, in how your political, economic, and genealogical nature awareness will unlock the geniuses within all of us, the goddess and godlike within all of us. And we will live on this planet in connection with other planets as eternal life, ever young, without war, without waste, without want. This is the rule I deliver to you. It is called the New Millennial Golden Rule. Forsake ye not. I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not. My, our, your new millennial law. We're going to go off screen and quiet for a few moments while we set up our technicals so we are live on air. Come join us.
Celestial event. No. No words. No words. Describe. I should have said, oh, so beautiful. Beautiful. So beautiful. Other people need to see what I've seen. They need to see.
These are the spiritual as much as physical voyages of the Co-Federation Solar Sun our starship planet Earth, restored to heaven on our every earth as our spiritual, genealogical, local, global, universal voyager in shared her and his family community enterprise. Our new millennial year's mission to rediscover and re-understand, sustain, and explore are and all are in fact familiar new worlds of family community, of the tree of love, life, and light throughout the solar system and universe, to restore, renew, and sustain our and new life and new sustainable civilizations, past, present, retroactively, and now, rebalance, and future, always balancing, to lovingly, genealogically, and boldly become and be space-time travelers whenever and where we have interdimensional reality, all in part been before, if also never been before, in alternative space-time lines that are circles, which are of the universal EQ, IQ, and SQ continuum. Balance, combinations of the ever-expanding circle which spirals and grows, budding and blooming in space-time. Love and live enlightened, ever young, long, and prosper all both in each and every one. Engage your heart, mind, soul, and body, for we all, both and each, both and all, can, must, and marvelously and miraculously make it so.
In the thunder's blast, she emerges, her eyes on fire, the mighty priestess. She is risen from the nativity of Caldera. She is risen from the fires of the earth. She is risen. She is risen.
We are risen.
She is risen. She is risen.
We are risen.
May the circle be overwhelmed, may the love of the goddess be ever in your heart. Very peace and very heart, where we meet again. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be. Om Mahalakshmi Mridakriya Maharupa Mahapujya Mahapadakanashini Mahamaya Mahasattva Mahashakti Maharati Mahabhuta Maheshwarya Mahavidya Mahabala Mahabuddhi Mahasiddhi Mahayogeshwareshwari Mahatantra Mahamantra Mahayantra Mahasana Mahayagatkramadhyā Om Mahabhairava-pūjitā Maheshwara Mahakalpaka Mahātāṭava Sanchini Mahākameshamati Mahatripura Sundari Chaturshashti Upacharāढ్య Chaturshashti Kalamayi महाचतुष्षष्टिकोटियोगिनी गणसेविता Just a smile like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus.
Okay, need to see what I see. You need to see.
This day I call the heavens and the earths as witnesses intercessorily for and hopefully and prayerfully not against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose love and life with light, so that you and your children may live. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not our new millennial law. All right, there we go. Here comes our camera. This early sunny hours days broadcast this week of the commemoration of Alice Perry Paul's hunger strike that began to bring the vote to all the women of the Western Hemisphere, and moreover billions around the world following her courage, and the delivery of the family of Mary Lambert and Payne and Tom Lambert's Payne's common sense to North Americans and to the world. At this time, it is a time to celebrate my and your and our family tree in a new way that will liberate humanity from all of its ills and bring forth a future on this in connection with all planets that is the fulfillment of all religious prophecy of every faith, of every modern faith that we know of, and all of the ancient faiths which did worship the goddess. The light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in water. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one as soon as possible. Namaste. Mite kuye oyasin. Mite kuye kose viral. Konks pox becomes ko pox. By cooperation, we become goddess and godlike in peace, culture, sustainable, living, loving peace. I'm going to connect us to our teleconference line. You can call in at 1-641-715-3800. I'm sorry, 3850. No, 3580. 3580. And the access code is 773342.
Recording, press 1. To reach the recording has started.
All right. We are now connected by phone. You can call in at 641-715-3580, access code 773342. Join my family and I in saving the world. Because you are also my family. We are all one family. And we're going to save the world together now. Greeting these people. They are my inspiration. They are my family. We need to reclaim the bonds of family in a fallen culture of family and community. So we give them all hugs and kisses in all their generations, which are your generations, and you're connected in our connected family trees. And with consciousness currencies, we particularly, which you can make very easily, and go to our website at 5050now.wordpress.com and look up the Susan B. Anthony and Mary and Tom Lambert Payne Gallery of Consciousness Currencies. And you will find not only our families, but many, many famous and less famous people, women particularly, and youth, who have called for gender parity for women and a culture of peace for all humankind. And these are our great and grandmothers, and with their generations, we've made these consciousness currencies. You can use the models there to make your own and on your own family and community family trees. These are the generations of our great and grandmothers, particularly our great and maternal grandmothers, as well as paternal. This is our next generation, who actually have a circle. You saw them and you'll see them again in a moment, with many more young people. And they and all of these young people deserve a world without global warming, but instead a thriving, sustainable paradise. And with all of their generations, their mothers and their Shekinahs, particularly, which include aunties and cousinas of many generations. And once again, the complete circle. This is our family tree, but we have also done, and I'll show you the diagram connecting our family tree to that of some more famous families and Native American families, Mitakuye Oyasi. We are on their land. We started out in Europe, our family in Europe and the Middle East and India. Now we're here in North America. We have to remember who was here before us, the Native Americans. All right, and we do a ceremony to greet you all that we do with our most beloved family every day. And this is for them, but also for you and your families, which is all our one family. We drink the milk of human kindness for all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. We drink the water of loving, living planets, enlightened by the new millennial golden rule, for all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. We celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days together, gathering in circles, starting with our youth and our women. Our youth, female and male, aged 37 and younger, with our women, our Shekinah, of all generations together, and we conceive of these birthdays, conceptions days, names days, and holy days. They're all holy days, past, present, and future. We'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days together. We are all holy born. We are reclaiming our holy risen status, our apotheosis as risen goddess and godlike children of the Mother, Father, Goddess, God. Young at all ages, ever learning, ever growing. Budding and blooming like marvelous, miraculous flowers in the light of our stars and our sun, our nearest star, that gives our world so many gifts, abundant gifts. And with our own heart lights lit in sun and solar recognition that we are sun and star stuff. All of us, female and male. Normally we have our kitty cats here with us, but they seem to have, they were here earlier, but I had a little bit later start in getting the broadcast going because of some technical problems, which I am yet continuing to work out. And I know that I have made great progress in working them out, and pretty soon the technical problem aspect of this experience will be past us, and we will have smooth broadcasts without technical problems and delays. But they were here on a recent broadcast. You can look at the one yesterday of Donnie Aurora Fleas and Maria Rainbow Sweetheart. Donnie Aurora Fleas and Maria Rainbow Sweetheart joining us for these broadcasts, and they will come again, and they greet you too. And they greet some of our families, the pets, Heather and Jam, Jam and Heather, and also Whiskers and Tiger, Buttermilk, Blackie, Holly, Felix, and many, many more. And we have some marvelous, miraculous white dogs in my neighborhood that tell us about the divinity in both female and male animals, especially the human beings who will rise above, although always recognizing our connection to the animal and plant world, but become fully risen. SZTARRISHE and ESZTARRISHE. This spring, by this spring, if not even before, and retroactive to recent springs, because I began to rose without my own knowledge to become risen in the millennial year, the year 2000 on our current conventional calendar, because I ran on a balance of gender ticket for not only President of the United States, but for all world nations. And it was at that time that I began very seriously understanding that leadership must be, and decision-making must be, balanced by gender, or it degrades and becomes a pernicious threat to the people that it is to serve, and it is without common sense. So I am here now. I know my genealogy better. You can read it about it at the About section at 5050now.wordpress.com. And those are so many people, including all of you and my own dearest family, all my family, my extended family, who have become my dearest family also, people who I didn't even know about because of the obscuring of the family tree that patriarchy causes over time. Now that I know about them, they are so gifted, and so are yours. And you're meeting them over the internet. The internet is one huge family reunion. So we make possible those nearest to us on the genealogical family tree to come. most known, and those of all branches of our interrelated genealogical family tree. I'll pull up the website now, and let me just complete the ceremony that we do every day. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. We'll say all the blessings and all the greetings of all the heritages of our earth and our earth's past, present, and future together. You'll meet me in the air, and we'll also meet as members of the Q Continuum over time in many, many places of our sacred grounds on this planet and in all planets. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And we'll say all the blessings and all the greetings of all the languages of all our heritages, of our earth and our earths, all our planets, past, present, and future. Together, we are embarking as equinox, true continuum, true Qs. I am the first but not last or only cosmic Christ. I am the predicted paraclete that the biblical passages say would come. I have come. I am here. I am protecting you. Your planet is protected because I am delivering these broadcasts and reaching you. And you, as you follow our newly delivered law, which has also been embraced by the white calf buffalo women, who are the messiahs of the Native Americans, where likely most of you watching this broadcast are residing, then you know that we have the way. It's a simple paradigm shift that changes the way we look at ourselves, our society, and particularly our government and our economics, to make possible eternal life. Youthful, vibrant, marvelous, miraculous, as budding, blooming flowers with our heart lights always lit. Human, become divine, democracy, and family community life. So let me show you again some of the newer family that I'm celebrating, and we'll also show you some other graphics that are of interest. Okay, here are our great and grandmothers. Most of them were not famous, but they did some rather remarkable things. Our grandmother Ray, here, this woman, who was separated from her sister Clara in immigration, but came through by Ellis Island at the Statue of Liberty, as did the ancestors of this woman, as did this woman, Antoinette, very much so, really. And Rose's family came through. Harriet was the daughter of Ray. Ray and Clara came through with Antoinette by the Statue of Liberty. And also our Cousina, our very famous Cousina, Lynn Margulies, the mother of the Gaia Effect, who was their contemporaries, and her mother and their sisters and daughters are all on our family tree. And who was the wife of her husband, Carl Alexander Sagan, who wrote Contact about a character by the name of Ellie. I am Rajeli. I am Ellie, but not just arrow ways. I'm arrow and circle ways, because I combine the virtues of the female and the male aspect of the human being that is divinely given by the Mother, Father, Goddess, God to all of us. And it is only a matter of the balance of our society, and especially the reparation to the importance of the divine feminine, that we will give eternal life not only to our youthful generations currently with us, but to all people currently with us, and be able to open the stargates and encounter, as Ellie did in the book and film Contact, her own ancestry on other planets. But this time, that ancestry will begin to come through the stargates as females, women, because, and especially the oppressed and Holocausted people, like the Native Americans, because they are waiting for us to say, we are sorry we took the patriarchal path. We are returning to the worship of the goddess as well as God aspect of the divine, and we are taking the reparative and egalitarian path for always sustainable via the new millennial golden rule, which makes the actual fulfillment of the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, as you would have them do unto you. In other words, reciprocity and kindness. Not only a goal and a maxim, but a fulfillment that is sustainably fulfilled at all times and becomes the way we think and the way we do. Alice Perry Paul said, deeds, not words. Actually, we need both. We need beautiful words and music. We also need deeds. We have to be able to perceive and communicate the truth of our world and worlds. And then we also have to act on what we have communicated. Now, I have invited many people to co-host this conference with me. So far, they're all hiding, except for two who did come, and two very importantly did come this week. Anna Marie singing cricket, and Ma Patricia Sunflower, two white buffalo calf women, the first but not last or only white calf buffalo women. I have also made contact with another woman who describes herself as Maitreya or Danagawach, and other women of other heritages who have described themselves as Kalki, Imamamari, obviously Amma, who we gave a huge embrace to and shared with consciousness currencies of her and our family, including Kasturba and Mahatma Gandhi, who are our shared kin, and Mahatma Mama and Mahatma Kasturba and Mohandas, who are our shared kin, and their generations who are currently throughout India, and certainly do include Priyanka and Rahul, and the memory of Rajiv, who I have a great deal in common with, and my name is so similar to, and Sonia, who shares with us a connection to the Atlantis civilization, typically called the Minoan civilization, but that is a misnomer. It should be called Atlantis. And we are Atlantis risen. Now, I'll show you our white calf buffalo women. Bear with us while we pull up another graphic. We're waiting for the graphic to come up. It takes a while. I have kind of an old computer. It's not real speedy, but it does the job. I sometimes have to be patient with it, like we have to be patient with each other. But we'll catch on, and it does eventually do the job, and so will you. You'll do the job of co-saving this world with me as co-saviors, co-secretary generals. Just working on pulling that up. We have consciousness currencies to include these women's pictures. I'll show you in those of our family and your family, likely connected by the relations that are represented there. We certainly have one of Alice Paul, which we'll show you today, and Alice Perry Paul, and of Mary Lambert and Tom Lambert Payne, Mary Lambert Payne and Tom Lambert Payne. Here are our white calf buffalo women. Anna Marie singing cricket. Make sure this is showing to you. Okay, it is. Anna Marie singing cricket and her mother, Ma Patricia Sunflower. Here am I. Australia Mara Ayama Rajel One Family. Tapao Equinox True Q's. She is also an Equinox True Q's becoming, and our mother Harriet, Harriet, a living goddess also who did not know she was. We have to acquaint our older generations with the circle, which is depicted here, of women gathering together in sisterhood in threes and more groupings, and bringing in, as you can, if you could look closer, also depicted, nurtured by them, their younger generations, female and male. By doing so, we open up the entire universe. Here we see a depiction by a very famous Native American woman artist, Ms. Tapas. I have to look at the name again. Tepa. She is Navajo. These women are Coquille, Blackfeet, Cheyenne, Cherokee, and Lakota Sioux. And Anna Marie will greet you and has already greeted you on these broadcasts with her most well-known phrase, Mitakuye Oyasin. We are all related. This is the truth. So now you've seen some of our families and how they interconnect with some other families. And we've also done this with the famous Brannock, Skakel, Hannon, Fitzgerald, Daly, Shriver, Bouvier, Kennedy, Cuomo families, who we've been in contact with. And our family, the Margulies family, is also intertwined with that of Chelsea and Charlotte and Hillary Clinton via the mother-in-law, Marjorie Margulies. Okay, so let me show you our multiple family tree depiction, family circle and family tree depiction. And I'll come back to my own family and put the cursor on some of their sweet faces, even though they haven't come to the conference yet and are acting kind of silly about that. They're all frightened. Some of them are clinging to patriarchy. It's kind of funny. I'm laughing at it a lot. Okay, and here's a diagram that we show the famous Bouvier, Kennedy, Skakel, let's start at the beginning. Brannock, Skakel, Hannon, Fitzgerald, Bouvier, Kennedy, Cuomo, Shriver, Daley, Shriver, Cuomo, Kennedy families are implied here. These are our family, which is particularly importantly among more famous people, the Margulies family, but also the Margulies-Sagan family, but also includes other people on other branches who are also quite well known and famous. And I will tell you some of their exploits soon. Our Silverkind, Zalkind, Feldmarian, and other interrelated branches of various surnames. Here we have the implied Native American family tree, which is also connected, as you know, to that of India. And here we have our understanding that as we adopt the new millennial golden rule, this is our future. We have our women gathering in a circle, our women and youth gathering in a circle, female and male, age 37 and younger, the new appreciation of the family tree without patriarchy as its defining mode of kidship, an anthropology that is fitting of our social sciences today, the remembrance of Mariamma of Magdala as a co-Christ, connecting her to the goddess Estrella of the Statue of Liberty, the goddess of divine justice, who is also connected to the Esther story, which is Estra, which is very much the same name. It's a name meaning of the stars. The 50-50 promise given to Esther in the biblical account is what they had in Atlantis. They had 50-50. They had some maybe slightly better in favor of women, and the men liked it that way. It gave them eternal life, essentially. It kept them young and happy and without wars with each other. So, and here we have the divine Aurora and Apollo, the Ceres and Persephone, and Ceres and Marsyas, or Triptolemus, stories of the Eleusinian mysteries implied, and all the goddesses of all the traditions, and the divine masculine and feminine depicted in the Star Trek saga with the princess and Wesley, but these are actually my and your nieces and nephews, looking at the family tree as the entryway into the Stargate. Okay, this is our insight, and we know it's absolutely 111% correct. We are fulfilling common sense. Some of us are sitting on the fence waiting. Which way should I go? Patriarchal or not patriarchal? One way I get eternal life, but right now I get a lot of perks from being patriarchal. Which do I want? Short-term gain, long-term infinity, eternal youth. Which do I want? Which do I want? Do I want short-term gain and world collapse, or do I want eternal youth and sustainability? Which do I want? Which do I want? People are on the fence because they're so socialized into patriarchy that they're willing to accept global warming, huge nuclear stockpiles, poverty all over the world, enormous income inequity, terrible unfairness, genderism, racism, classism, primogeniture, family birth orderism, bullying, disease, drug addiction, all the ills that come with patriarchy, because they're getting a salary to fit in with a patriarchal corporation. Okay, so, and the guys in the patriarchal boardrooms know this full well, and they know how to manipulate people. The problem is by doing that, they are also losing eternal life. They could have eternal life. I'm giving it to them on a platter with the new millennial golden rule. I'm giving it to everybody, and we did call David Zaslav and his colleague at the Discovery Channel here in Silver Spring, Oprah Winfrey, who is my relation, because you see my family line goes back to that of Mariam of Nazareth and Jesus of Nazareth. Therefore, it goes back to Ruth. Ruth was the relative of Orpah through marriage, and Orpah is actually the real name of Oprah Winfrey. She is my relation. And I appeared on her program in the mid-'80s advocating for solar energy then. But that was long before I understood its connection to gender parity and the importance of the divine feminine and knew of my own genealogical heritage. At that time, I had no idea who I really was. I had no idea that I was the paraclete. Now I know. So I'm kind of late in rising. That's why you have so much trouble. But I have risen, and I am here for you, and you can count on me. It's that simple. Now, told you I would show you some consciousness currencies in my and other families. I'll start with our own family. I'll start with Anna Marie and her mother. Our white-calf buffalo women, the last that shall be first, are necessary for people here in North America to be thinking about. So we're going to show the consciousness currencies for these women. Okay. And remember, the common sense that was delivered in January of 1776 in the most famous pamphlet that was ever written, and the largest selling pamphlet that ever, or the largest publication of pamphlet ever made, was a government that included fully, equally, women, indigenous people, no slavery, and no property requirement. So now here are the white-calf buffalo's consciousness currencies. You can read all about this at 5050now.wordpress.com. Just scroll down and you'll find a number of essays that convey this very nicely. I'll do that with you in a little while too. Okay, here is Anna Marie and Ma Patricia's consciousness currency. There is Anna Marie. She was delivering an invitation to remember our less advantaged citizens on Broadcaszt, and we've put it next to her, overlooking her, and over her shoulder, her mother, Ma Patricia, and advocating the light of solar energy and the community gardening, which these two do and are great leaders of. And we've given them co-secretary generals, co-saviras buttons or badges. Now, these ladies, I would say, are about 75% risen. I'm 111% risen. They need encouragement, and I give it to them. It is very easy for women, and particularly Native American women, to try to fit in with the existing structure that has been imposed on their people, which were often, many of the Native tribes, not all of them, were not patriarchal, but were more matriarchal or matrilineal and tending toward bilineal. Bilineal is the sustainable condition over great expanses of time. It is the risen Atlantis. But these women are under pressure to fit in with what is already. They go in and out of their awareness of their importance. I stoke their awareness that they are critically important. And frankly, if these two ladies lose that awareness and they don't spread it among the people where they are, which is the area of the 100th monkey, famed parable, Coos Bay, Oregon, and in my opinion, there will be a volcanic eruption and an earthquake in Coos Bay, Oregon. So just need to encourage the Native American women in that region. And I know several others too who are of Native American, and these are also, Anna Marie and her mother are also of European heritage, mixed with Native American, French, German, and English. So this is what we need to do. Now they are here. Now I'll show you of our families. Some of them that we have made consciousness currencies for. All these people have seen this, and they know their value at one level, but on another level, they think that old guys who are CEOs are more important, or presidents or prime ministers who they don't seem to understand are just puppets for the CEO's patriarchal pyramid. Coming right up in a moment, just searching for it. Here we are. This is a gifted mother and daughter of our family tree. Very gifted women with enormous genealogical connections that they are not fully aware enough to know, but I am related to them in the ancient times. Particularly, we are reincarnations of the Queen Esther story of the biblical stories. And also, here are our own great and grandmothers with our beloved generations, their daughters and granddaughters female, and their great and granddaughters female and grandson female and male. And we have a little corner peeking out of our paternal line in there too, but it emphasizes our maternal line, because that is the important thing for the rebalancing of humanity that is necessary now. If we don't want to destroy ourselves, I hope we don't. And I'll show you in a moment the more important thing, which is our shared circle of contemporary women and youth. I'm waiting for this to come up. There it is, our great and grandmothers, our grandmother Sarah Harriet, 2 sisters, and a great grandniece and grandnephew, grandson, granddaughter, and all of our Shekinah here, and peeking out some of the men and the other generations of our family. And we also have, most importantly, the depiction of our intergenerational family tree, of our circles of family and community who are all interrelated, who have known each other, particularly during our formative years, but throughout our lives, that ever-expanding circle. All right, there's the consciousness currencies with our family tree in the middle and all of our Shekinah and our youth, female and male, age 37 and younger. And you can do this for your family too. We have a generic model for you, which I'll show you. Now, all these currencies mention, obviously, the new millennial golden rule. And that is what the important thing is to distribute. The awareness of the new millennial golden rule, the new law for planet Earth that I, as Paraclete, have delivered. We have lots of famous women and people on the website, Gallery of Consciousness Currencies, Time Traveling with Common Sense, as well as lesser known people. You should go look at it. There's hundreds of them there. Okay, and here's the generic. Just put in the pictures of your Shekinah, your youth and female and male, age 37 and younger. Here I has a picture frame and the hearts expressing their presence. You can do this for your family. Now we're going to take a break because we have to do some communication with important people of family, near and far, distant and not so distant. And we're going to be taking a break. So just enjoy looking at this while we take a break.